Hey everyone, it's Alyssa and Jessica at Collins Hope, and we are excited to play Water Safety Bingo today. And as Alyssa is holding up our fun Water Safety Bingo card, yeah, so Water Safety Bingo is a game that we play when we are talking to kids about water safety. And water safety is really important because as you spend time around water and as you visit different places that have water, we want you to be aware of how you can keep your body safer. So before we play bingo, I want to talk about some places where we might find water. Let's think about our homes and maybe places that we visit or fun trips that we might take. Where would we find water? I know at my apartment, I have water in my bathroom. We have a tub. We have two tubs, actually. And then if I walk outside of my door and I walk down the sidewalk, I am going to come across a pool. Alyssa, what kind of water are you around?
A backyard pool, or there are also, I live in a community where there are lakes. And so there's a lake, a big lake as well. I have some neighbors that have kiddie pools outside their house and their yard. So that's that kind of water. And I also have in my house, I have toilets. Those have water, right? You have
Absolutely.
those too?
I have toilets too. Yep. Those have water.
Buckets. I know the big buckets, the big ones that are tall ones for washing your car, or and water can collect in those as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know it is in the summer, a popular activity is to hop on a boat or hop on some kind of water activity, and then you're out at the lake or you're visiting the beach. And I know those are things that I like to do. So when we're talking about water safety, we're thinking of all the places that we might find water. That might be in our house, but it could be in our backyard, and it could be a place that we visit, like the lake or the beach, or if you have, if you're in an area where there's a lot of rivers or creeks or ponds, that's also another place to think about. So when we talk about water safety and we're thinking about all these things that you're going to play and that you're going to learn about while we play bingo, that's what we're talking about. So as Alyssa showed, these are our bingo cards. And if you've never played bingo before, my favorite thing, because I like when everybody wins, is in the very middle, you have a free space. And right in the middle, there is our friends Colin and Buddy. So you can take a coin, a wooden coin, or you can take any kind of marker. Maybe it's a bean or a piece of paper that you cut into squares. But you're going to take that and you're going to put it on your free space. And then Alyssa is going to show us some cards, and we're just going to go over the rules. And just like bingo, whatever she shows us, we're going to cover on our card right here.
And just make sure that if you're getting your bingo markers, that if you have small children, that they're not choking hazards. So when you choose something based on the age of what kids you have playing or people in your family, make sure that you're choosing things that are not going to be choking hazards.
Absolutely. All right, so let's see what Alyssa shows us first. Oh, this to me, I really like this one. This is a fence with a lock, and that means that only grown-ups should open barriers. So when you see this icon, I want you to take your hands and make a little fence with them. Only grown-ups should open barriers. That is such an important rule. When we think about barriers, we're thinking of things that keep us from getting from one place to another. So maybe in your house, what keeps you from entering a room? A door. If a door is closed, you can't get past unless you open it. What might be barriers or things that are around a pool or a beach or a lake?
A fence or a gate.
Or a gate, yes. So these are all barriers. They're all ways that we block access to water. So at Collins Hope, we teach only grown-ups should open barriers. That means a grown-up should open a gate. So I'm going to take my little bingo marker here, and I'm going to find my coin. You can't see it, but mine's down here. Or you can a little bit. Mine's down here. I'm going to cover it up. Oh, and we are going to play cover all bingo, because if you do that, you learn all the rules. But because this is a bingo, you can also play diagonal or up and down, four corners, all the fun creative things. Today, we're going to do cover all.
And something else about barriers. So not just grown-ups should open them, but don't climb over them either. So if there's a barrier to water, like a fence, we don't want kids climbing over that barrier. The barrier is there to keep you out. And to keep you away from that water. So don't climb over the barriers.
Right, absolutely. I love that. Okay.
Ready for the next one?
Next one. Ooh, what does this one look like? It is no diving. So you can point to your head and remember no diving. We don't want to dive into shallow water or water that you can't see through and you can't see the bottom because you won't know what's there. And if you dive and you go in head first, you can hurt yourself if there's in a lake or a beach, if there's like a big rock underneath the surface that you can't see, or if you try to dive into a shallow pool, you could hit the bottom of the pool and that would hurt you. So no diving, always enter feet first unless it's a designated diving area.
Like a diving board or a diving well, something where that's what you're supposed to do there.
Yes, exactly. So this is our coin, and I think you can't see it on my card here, but there's my diving. So I'm going to put it there.
Ready?
Ready. Oh, yes, wear a life jacket. This is my kiddo's favorite one. Wear a life jacket. So you hug yourself to remember that life jacket should fit as tight as a hug. At Collins Hope, we encourage you to wear U.S. Coast Guard approved life jackets. All of the buckles should close. It should fit as tight as a hug. And if you lift up your arms, you'll know, or if you pull on the shoulders, you'll know that it fits because it stays right here on your chest.
So when you click the buckles, makes good noise, right?
Yes, and that's how you know that it closes. If you attempt to close your buckles and they don't close, it probably means your life jacket's too small. So we're going to take our coin and put it over our wear a life jacket icon. Ooh, follow open water safety rules. And I'll let Alissa do the hand motion to this one because she really likes it.
I know, I love this one.
Making waves, making waves. So we encourage everyone to follow open water safety rules. Open water is very different from the water that most young kids typically learn how to be in. If you're in a bathtub or if you're in a kiddie pool or just a regular pool, those areas of water, they're usually clear, see-through, they're very controlled settings. You aren't expecting a lot of motion. Open water is very different. That's like a lake or a beach or a river or a creek or a pond. Oops, sorry. These are areas of water where you don't know what to expect. It could be moving really fast. You could have waves. So we want you just to be safer in open water.
Yep, and I'll talk about a few other things. So in the pictures, you see the lifeguard sitting in the lifeguard stand. And when you go to open water, if you go to the beach, we like for you to go to a lifeguarded beach if at all possible. And I like to personally go sit park myself right near the lifeguard. So I'm right there by them. I get to see what they're doing. And you can make friends with the lifeguard because they're usually pretty cool people. And then you also see in that picture the flag. And beaches have warning signals, and they have flags often which tell you how rough the water is. And they're usually the colors like a stoplight, green, yellow, red. And then there's a double red, and then there's a purple one that means that there's some hazardous marine life. There might be jellyfish or I don't know, done it, maybe a shark or something. But we like to go to lifeguarded beaches and listen to what the lifeguards say. Another one is, another picture at the bottom here is about learning how to get out of a rip current. And if you go to the beach, there may be rip currents. And if you're near lifeguards, they usually spot them and make sure that people don't get in the water near the rip current. But the picture here shows that if you're getting pulled out by a rip current, you can get out to the side. And we like to say from our friends at the Great Lakes Surf Rescue Project, flip over on your back, float on your back, and follow the current. So stay calm and yell for help, but then flip, float, and follow. And then this is a never swim alone. And this is an adult and a child, or a grown-up and a child. But even the best swimmers should never swim alone. And certainly open water, there's just so many things that are different about open water.
All right, so I'm going to take my bingo coin and I'm going to put it right over, see if we can see that, right here on my open water safety rules.
Okay, ready?
Let's go. Oh, grown-ups should watch you. Yes, one of the best rules to follow. So we always encourage everyone to never swim alone, but especially for kids to make sure that grown-ups are watching you. We call those grown-ups that are watching you water guardians. And it's really important that not only is your grown-up watching you, that they're your water guardian, but that they're completely undistracted. There are so many things that can be a distraction now. And especially we all have one right next to us, don't we? We have phones, but it's so easy to start looking at your phone and then kind of forget what's happening around you. So we encourage you to not only have a grown-up with you when you go near water, but that grown-up is watching. And if by chance they're watching and then they get distracted by maybe talking to a friend or attending to another person, or they're looking at their phone, you can practice a gentle reminder that says, hey, mom or dad, or hey, grown-up, you can use their name, can you please watch me in the water? Really simple to ask. I know that when we play water safety bingo, that's one of the ones, or that when we teach the lesson, that's one of the ones that kids remember a whole lot.
Yep, there we go. All right. Oh, let's do this one because
hold on, let me cover my, there we go. Got it. All right, wait for a grown-up, woohoo! And we're gonna point to a grown-up, so I'm gonna point to myself because there's no one else around. I'm a grown-up, Alyssa's a grown-up. So wait for a grown-up also goes really well with grown-up should watch you. Before you go near any kind of water, it's best to ask for permission and make sure that you go with a grown-up. When you're asking for permission to go near water, it's a cue, it's a signal to your adult, whether it's your mom or your dad or another grown-up in your house, that you want to get into water. And so they'll know that maybe you're waiting or that you're ready for that activity, and they can tell you directly whether or not it's okay to get in. And this is for all kinds of water. It can be the water in your house that we talked about. It can be your tub or your kiddie pool or your backyard pool, but it's also true for any other kind of water that you visit. And then the other important piece of this is, who are the grown-ups in your house, or who are the grown-ups that are in charge of you? We encourage you to pick a grown-up that knows your name, knows your swimming ability, knows your skills. So in your house, that could be your mom and your dad, but it could also be your grandma or your grandpa or your aunts and uncles, or maybe you have a babysitter or someone that is taking care of you for that time. So we encourage you to ask for permission and wait for a grown-up before you get in water.
And that's a great water safety rule. We always have rules, but we like our friends at Collins Hope to come up with water safety rules. So waiting for a grown-up is a good one. All right, let's see.
All right, stay away from drains. So everybody put their hand out, stay away. So at the bottom of pools, and sometimes your bathtub, there are drains, and these drains serve a really great purpose. When you've got a pool outside, there's lots of things that get in, maybe dirt or tiny rocks or leaves, and drains really help to filter out the water. It helps to clean out the water, but they're also really, really strong, and if they're broken, they can really hurt your body as well. So as fun as they look and as fun as it might be to try and touch the drain, we encourage you to stay away. It's the best practice when it comes to drains, just stay away.
And another thing that I'm looking at how much hair that I have right now. I have lots of hair, and another thing with staying away from drains, it's good to tie back your hair so that it can't get caught in a drain, and also to tie up your swimsuit if you have strings on your swimsuit, to tie those up too. Some other little drain.
Some other little tidbits, yeah, definitely. And if you don't know how to tie up your hair, again, super easy, ask your grown-up to help you, because I'm sure they can.
Yep. All right, I think, do you have one left?
I've got one left. How did you know? It is learn to swim, and learn to swim. We use our swimming arms to remind us that learning to swim is really important. And at Collins Hope, when we're talking about learning to swim, we're really talking about some really basic skills. If you fell into water, or if you got into shallow water, or any kind of water, could you get yourself out? So yes, we want everybody to learn how to be a competitive swimmer. That would be so much fun. But what we're really talking about when we say learn to swim is, if you fall in, can you get out? Are you comfortable putting your face underwater? Do you know how to blow bubbles? These are all little things that can really help you if you got into trouble. Can you float? Yes, Alyssa made a great floating motion. Can you float on your back or on your front? Those are really great skills to learn that are just basic skills for safety. So learning to swim is really important, and we encourage you to do that with a grown-up.
Yep.
Oh, let me cover my card. Guess what? I got bingo. Yay! Woohoo! So that is water safety bingo. If you want to download and print your own water safety bingo, you can go to collinshope.org, and if you click on water safety games, you'll be able to download and print bingo, and you can play at home.
And you can play with your friends, your family, play with everybody, and maybe you could have prizes, because prizes are fun.
Prizes are fun. We love a good prize.
All right.
Bye.